Hello everyone and welcome in to the Pioneer Weekly Recap and Preview Show. I'm Brian Staten. The Tusculum Pioneers had a lot to celebrate this season as far as their spring season has been concerned, because a lot of that has come to an end. Some individual accolades and some great team accolades as well. Still conference tournaments to go. We'll talk about that as we go along as well. Let's talk about the beach volleyball team. Just to start out, they went into the national championships for the small colleges down in Florida this past weekend. Despite getting knocked around early by some Division I teams, they participated in the bronze medal division and were able to knock off Erskine 4-1 to take that bronze medal, also knocking off Carson Newman in that stretch as well. So congratulations to Coach Ashton and all of the players for the inaugural season for women's beach volleyball and their tremendous end of the year and making an impact, obviously, here at Tusculum and in beach volleyball as well. As far as the women's tennis team is concerned, they did fall in their tournament championship. They lost to Wingate after they ended Wingate's enormous run of consecutive wins in the conference from an 8-year stretch. They fell in the conference tournament championship 4-2. But even with the loss, it's a strong Tusculum tennis team. They are right now currently ranked number 3 in the Southeast region. They are also number 17 overall. Some individual accolades as well for Annie McCullough and some doubles teams, and even for men's team as well. David Akimpatad also still ranked individually, and this men's tennis team finishing number 32 so far in the year. So shout out to the women's tennis teams and what they have been able to accomplish, and Coach Adam and the job that they have done, and wait that postseason tournament bid. We move our attention to women's lacrosse, which had their season come to an end this past weekend against Catawba as they fall on the road. Tough situation, dire situation, to be honest with you, because of the rain, wet field conditions, having to move your senior day to a somewhat of an enemy location in Brevard, North Carolina, if you will. A strange atmosphere, but the Pioneers were able to get it done, hosting Catawba from Brevard, North Carolina for their senior day and their home ender to end the season. Pioneers do fall to Catawba, but at the conclusion of the season, some individual hardware was handed out. Let's take a look at that. Earning a second team all-conference nod this year, Juliet Casano, for the second consecutive season. She scored a school single-season record, 61 goals, and finished the season with 69 points, the second most in school history, and 5th in the conference. She was 5th in the conference with 72 draw controls with 23 free position goals as well. Talk a lot about the crazy stats in lacrosse, but obviously very impactful for Juliet Casano. Rachel Holmes earning an honorable mention nod this year, and for a second straight year after tying for 9th in the conference with a career-high 43 goals and ranking 16th with 50 points. Holmes scored at least 1 goal in 14 of the Pioneers' 16 games this year, including 7 against Newberry on March 30th. The women's lacrosse team finishing at 4-12 this season, but congratulations to the women's lacrosse team finishing strong, and also congratulations to Casano and Holmes. Men's lacrosse had a very interesting end of the season. You can follow the latest information there with the Pioneer Men's Lacrosse Show with Coach Richard Carrington, as we highlighted that Catawba win, again on the road. Talked a lot about that, and the meaning of winning that game meant the Pioneers earned a conference championship nod into the tournament. They were beaten by Queens, but some individual hardware was handed out. And individual hardware after the first game, as A.J. Hems, after that Catawba game, earning the AstroTurf South Atlantic Conference Player of the Week. He earned the game winner, so congratulations to him first, but also some individual honors for the all-conference team. Just 2 guys named to the all-conference team for a Pioneer team that finished 7-7. We'll start with Keegan Bell. How important was this guy to this Pioneer team this year? We've talked about that and his impact and what he means to the lacrosse team, but leading the team in scoring, finishing 2nd in the South Atlantic Conference in goals scored and also in points. He set the season program record with 44 goals and 59 points, 2nd in the conference in the regular season, tied for 4th in points as well. He also established single game records of 7 goals and 10 points in the 23-8 win against Elise McRae. For his career, 4th in goals, 88 points, 134 of those with Tusculum out of British Columbia, 2nd on the career list with assists with 46. Also earning an all-conference nod, honorable mention, was Quinn McKittrick Congratulations to McKittrick, tied for the third on the team with 8 caused turnovers, 19 ground balls, starting in all 13 regular season games on defense. Also scored his first career goal against Lees McRae February 9th and had at least 1 ground ball in 10 of the 13 games. McKittrick appeared in 38 games for his career for the Pioneers, 36 starts, and has 57 ground balls, 39 caused turnovers, which are third on the program list. So congratulations to Keegan Bell, first team All-Conference. Quinn McKittrick earning honorable mention All-Conference this season for this Pioneer lacrosse team. And again, don't take that lightly for this lacrosse team that did finish with 5 consecutive wins during the season to start the year, to go to 5-1. The way they finished the year with the double overtime win against Catawba and then the loss to Queens in the conference championships, or the tournament, I should say. Congratulations to Coach Carrington. With more on the men's lacrosse team, you can visit the men's lacrosse show as well. On to baseball, where the Tusculum baseball team just wrapped up a 3-game series this past weekend with the Lenoir Bears. We'll talk about that with Coach Brandon Steele on our Pioneer Baseball show. But our all-conference tournament team, how about Charles Hall, the season that he's had? Right now leads the country in strikeouts with 137. For Charles Hall, he becomes yet another pitcher for this Pioneer team, joining a long line. He becomes the 6th Conference Pitcher of the Year. The likes of Brent Gable, Kevin Hammond, C.J. Hillier, Craig Goodman, Placido Torres. Those are some big names, and now you put Charles Hall there, the Conference Pitcher of the Year. Leads the nation with 137 strikeouts, second most in school history. Leads the conference with 15 strikeouts per 9 innings, the 4th best average in Division II. He struck out 10 or more batters in 9 of his 12 starts this year, including a string of 8 consecutive starts, February 8th to March 29th. He established a new Division II single-game record with 22 strikeouts in Tusculum's 10-1 win over Queens University of Charlotte, who was named the National Pitcher of the Week. He went 6-2 this year in his 81 innings, which is pretty impressive. Congratulations to Charles Hall. Another guy that makes that team is another guy that should make that team. That's Dalton Martin, your preseason All-Conference, but more importantly, the returning All-America for the Pioneers. The junior from Pennsylvania returning to the All-Conference team for a 2nd consecutive year at first team. Batting average the best this year for the team at .375, 7th in the conference, but his 22 doubles tops in Division II, tied for the 2nd most in school history, and his 51 base on balls, his walks this year, the 2nd most in the Tusculum record book, among the leaders in the nation. He leads the team in runs scored, which is 2nd in the nation, tied for hits in 63, and runs batted in with 47. His home runs 8 this year. The consensus All-American has played in 151 games. Congratulations to Dalton Martin. Nate Montgomery earning a spot on that all-conference team. He comes away with a big grand slam this weekend. Nate Montgomery was 2nd on the team in batting average. He was also tied for the team lead with his 63 hits, had 11 doubles this year, including 4 home runs. Congratulations to Nate Montgomery earning all-conference 2nd team. Bryson Ford, the sophomore from Knoxville, 3rd on the team for the Pioneers in batting average at .339, earning an honorable mention nod this year. Mid part of the season, he had 2 home runs against Winston-Salem. Kind of kept that mid part of the season together, a guy that you could move around defensively as well based on some injuries, played 3rd and short. Congratulations to Bryson Ford earning that spot. And our final member on the all-conference team was Jarrell McDade, the senior from Magnolia, Texas. You know, he batted .277 this year, tied for the team lead with 47 runs batted in, 53 hits, 10 doubles, 2 triples, and 4 home runs. Went 18 of 21 in the stolen base department. Look beyond the numbers. He was clutch. When you needed a big hit or you needed a run to come in, he was the guy that usually delivered for the Pioneers. Game 1 of the series against LR comes up in a big situation with the 2 outs, 2 runners on, some adversity the Pioneers were dealt with, and he gets the clutch hit to drive in the 2 runs to tie the game, and then his just getting the bat on the ball, winning the game for the Pioneers in extra innings in that Game 1 against the Lenoir Bears. So congratulations to Jarrell McDade and all of our members of the all-conference team as well for baseball. Women's softball, what a crazy season it was for them and really for the conference. From top to bottom, 1 through 11, 4 games separated the number 11 team from the number 1 team in the South Atlantic Conference standings. Unfortunately, there was a team that finished down there, and unfortunately, it was the Tusculum Pioneers. But a good season overall for the Pioneers. They talked about that on their Tusculum softball show as well. And congratulations to Taylor Battle. She was the only representative for the Pioneer women's softball team. She earns a second team all-conference nod for her honors this year. Congratulations for all the hard work that she has been able to put in for this softball team and the job that they will do in the future as well for softball. And a crazy conference season. Pioneers do miss out on that conference tournament. Now on to outdoor track and field. The indoor track and field, we felt like, you know what, you're going to be pretty good. And then we go to the outdoor track and field, and we're very, very impressive. The Pioneers finished 5th at the South Atlantic Conference Track Championships, and a lot of the people that go into putting that type of effort in, we're going to talk a lot about two people here over the next few moments, but the amount of gold medals that the Pioneers were able to accomplish and collect over the weekend was quite remarkable, led by Nicole McMillan. Nicole McMillan was not only picked up 3 gold medals, but also was named the field athlete of the tournament as well. She earns Athlete of the Week accolades for a 6th time this year, and something else that we'll talk about as well. But quite incredible for Nicole McMillan. She comes in for this Pioneer team, won the gold medal on Thursday in the 3,000 meter steeplechase, followed the conference titles in both the 1,500 meters and the 5,000 meters on Saturday. For her performance, she was named the conference women's track athlete. She won the 1,500 meters with a time of just over 4 minutes, and later finished the 5,000 meters, just tremendous times all week for not only Nicole McMillan, for this entire track and field team. Nicole McMillan, followed by Richard Gervell, who swept both the 100 and 200 meter races, was also part of Tusculum's 4x100 meter relay team, which recorded runner-up honors. In the 100, he won it with a time of 10.3 seconds, the second fastest in program history this year, and his 10.31 that he posted at the Gamecock Invitational this month. In the 200 meters, he won with a time of 21.4 seconds as well. In the 4x100 relay, the quartet of Gervell, Williams, Billups, and Ashford crossed the line at 40.89. Just to kind of finish up on what that 4x100 relay team was able to accomplish. Jabron Williams, Xavier Billups, and Kadar Ashford. We've talked a lot about Guillaume Devries this year as well, and what a conference championship he had. He had the men's high jump winning on his 3rd attempt at 6 feet 6 3/4 inches. Guillaume Devries was the champion of the men's high jump this year. More relays for the 4x400 meter women's relay team. Ikeria Day, Keisha Griffin, Keelana Miller, Earthasia Watkins captured gold in their school record time, 3 minutes 53 seconds. Congratulations to the 4x400 relay team for capturing that title. Tusculum's Malik Folston medaled also in the 400 meter hurdles. He broke the tape at 56 seconds, which was a new season best for him. So congratulations, a 3rd place finish for Malik Folston. So many guys did so many things this year at the South Atlantic Conference Outdoor Track and Field Championships, and the Pioneers finishing 5th at the South Atlantic Conference Championships. Talked a little bit about what Richard Gervell and Nicole McMillan have done. They have spent a lot of time eating a lot of chicken, I think. At least I would hope so. The Zaxby's Athletes of the Week for our 2 athletes from track and field, and obviously with what Richard Gervell is doing and probably will continue to do on into nationals, and what Nicole McMillan, the story that's been incredible for her from the soccer season into running in cross country and just running her first race and winning it, and going on now into the track and field, finishing as the athlete of the week in the South Atlantic Conference tournament as well, the championships as well this past weekend. Congratulations to them and Richard Gervell and Nicole McMillan, well-deserved Zaxby's Athletes of the Week. We have a few tournament things to wrap up for the Pioneers, such as some baseball and still some track and field things that we will be keeping an eye on, and women's tennis as well. We'll have another edition of our weekly recap, and probably not a preview show unless we start talking about how much not work we're going to do this summer and on the golf course or something like that, or getting ready for football and soccer and those types of things. But we'll be back with you once again. Nick challenged me to get this in 2 minutes. How about 9? I'll try to do better next week. For everyone involved with the Pioneer Sports Network, Dom Donnelly, Jim Miller, and Nick Forsberg, I'm Brian Staten. And until next time, go Pioneers.